The We Are Famous Show with host Simbo. Well, we all famous.
Welcome, this is We Are Famous. I'm Simbo, that's CL, and we got our boy
What's up?
Gerald Banks in the building. G-Dog.
What's up?
Look, man, if this your first time, don't make it your last time. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Join the We Are Famous family. And, it's just our opinion on stuff. You know what I'm saying? We talk about a little bit of everything. But look, today, title of the show, we gonna call it the WWE of politics. You know what I'm saying? And one of the problems, and the reason I even want to do this show is because, I look at a lot of news, CNN, Fox. I mix it up, just to get all the point of views. And the consensus of all these news stations is they try to paint us all black people with one brush. You know what I'm saying? Like we vote monolithic. You know what I'm saying? The black vote, like we can't, make our decision. Now we all three grew up together. We do different things in life, so we all have different opinions. We might agree or disagree.
We definitely have different teams.
Yeah, we might agree on some things and disagree, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But well, in my opinion, I'm not telling nobody who to vote for or do nothing on this show. We just go give our opinion on it. So the first thing, man, let's talk about is the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? So it was Trump versus Biden. Then Trump got shot. Biden got sick, caught COVID, and he dropped that. You know what I'm saying? And what got me tripping on all this is like a made for TV movie that we're looking at right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just simple this candidate, that candidate. I mean, it's real scripted to me, it seems to be. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about it? Go ahead, G.
Well, so this is where I come from with all this. My opinion is the fact that when I look at how the whole system is ran, not to get too deep into it, I just see more of the same thing. I see different. It's more of the same thing. It's just been ran different, if that makes any sense. In other words, we've seen this movie before. Exactly. There's nothing that's been going on today that has not already been going on. The thing is, we have this tool that's in our toolbox that we didn't have back then, and that's this. Everything is in real time now.
Yeah.
So back in the day, you used to be able to lie about certain things, and you just had to go with, hey, then that's what it was. Because, we had this trust in our government.
Right.
Well, now we got this machine that can record things in real time and say, and makes everything questionable. Everything is questionable now. Even facts are questionable now. Yeah. So, I just sit back and I just look at things and like, I've seen that before. No. So
what you think, Carl? What you think, Carl?
I think that nigga should get to the damn point. I don't know what the hell is he talking about. I think he need to get to the goddamn point. He still ain't saying shit. Go back to him and tell him to get to the point.
I understand what he's saying. You're a punchline guy.
That was my diplomatic.
Yeah. You're a punchline guy. But see, look, man, this how I look at it. With the I knew Biden wasn't gonna run. I knew he wasn't gonna make it to the I've been saying this for a long time. Remember, Carl, we've talked about this before. I've been saying it for a long time, man. Biden ain't gonna make it to the next election. I didn't know if he was gonna croak in office. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just didn't think he was gonna make it. Now, what's crazy to me is the rollout with Kamala. I was gonna call her Kamala like Trump. Trump I'm gonna call her Kamala. I mean, what I'm saying? Kamala, the whole rollout with her, and she raised all this money. 40,000 women on Zoom call. Look, we had a problem with just 3 of us getting on the Zoom call. So 40,000, You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
20,000 on a Zoom call. They raised $100 million in 24 hours. It just seemed like, okay, they shoving this down our throat. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is who we want. And okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Then the whole thing with Trump and the assassination attempt and the maxi pad on his ear. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Yeah.
man, what are we living in? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is the Simpsons. We're in an
Right.
episode of the Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to Carl the other day about this, and he said that I'm too analytical. I look at stuff like that. But the
Yeah.
regular public, go ahead and say what you said. I don't want to step on you.
I say the average person is not paying attention to the stuff you talking about. The average person not paying attention to that. So all the wool they pulling over our eyes about the 20 million people on Zoom, the Trump getting shot on the ear. That you very anal and you pay attention to everything. But the average consumer, we want the bullshit, and that's what Trump giving us, the bullshit, because that ain't no way, in my opinion, a young kid, 20 years old, part of a gun club, gonna miss. Because most of us, we train. I'm a former Marine. At 18, 19 years old, I was shooting from 500 up to 500 yards away. And if you equate that little distance he was shooting, to me, it makes it seem like all that stuff was staged. Because most of us ain't gonna aim for the head. We gonna aim for what we know we can hit. So that's what makes me think that part was staged. So both parties on each side is giving us bullshit. They trumping up shit on the Democratic side. They trumping up shit on the Republican side. And the average person that's not as anal as you falling for that shit. And I figure that it's bullshit.
Well, I got to be anal.
Well,
Okay.
well, you know what something called? That is why it is very, very easy to pull the wool over people's eyes, because people are not looking at things like that and analytical. That is how we got into the situation that we're in. That's why we're in the situation we're in right now. Because just like you said, we want. I have this theory. I call it the Santa Claus effect. And let me explain it to you. Yes, okay. I call it the Santa Claus effect. So this is what I mean by that. So we all grew up, like Sim said, we all grew up in the same neighborhood, grew up together, right?
Right.
So we had my mom and dad used to always tell me, hey, and my sister, hey, y'all better go to bed. Otherwise, Santa Claus is not going to come down the chimney, and he's not going to put the toys under there. So me and my sister, we just went to the bed and everything. Santa Claus is going to come down the chimney.
And they had a chimney though, dog. So it was believable.
So
no. My grandmother had a chimney.
Grandmother had a chimney. It was big too, though. It was big. His fat ass could have came down that chimney.
Hey, Carl, we had a hot water heater in the corner with a lawnmower right by it.
Stick to your topic before you get confused, because you babbled early. Now get to the goddamn point.
This is my point. This is my point about the Santa Claus effect.
Okay.
But see, what happens is we know that it's like you said, we know this is bullshit.
Right.
We know it is.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, we want to keep the lie up. And my thing is this: how long or when are we going to say, look, okay, we've seen it, we've done it, ha ha, ho ho, it was funny. Now let's get down to the real. Well, and like Simple saying, like, okay, look, I saw this. That's what I was talking about earlier. We've seen this before. We saw this before. So.
Right. And what's crazy to me is I was looking at, I don't even know, man. It's so much information flood our mind today, from social media to TV. It's just all over the place. But I saw this video of this lady. She was a white lady. I think she's from Virginia somewhere, and she was an independent. And basically she said, look, she hate Trumpers because they just believe everything. And she said, I don't know if the man got shot, but I almost want to say it was staged. And I hate myself for saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because she said, I'm turning into one of them.
When I first seen it.
Yeah, she said, I'm turning into one of them. And it's the same thing with the Democrats. Come on, dude. Y'all knew homeboy wasn't going to make it. Then all of a sudden he caught COVID. He just all of a sudden caught COVID. And he said, if you pay attention, because I pay attention to details, a week before that, he had an interview on ABC talking about Biden. And he said, the only way I don't run is the God Almighty come down and tell me. A couple of days later, he said, hey, if the doctors tell me I got some kind of health problem, I won't run. Then abracadabra, like
Mhm.
Gerald say, here comes Santa Claus down the chimney. He had COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? And they must have forgot to tell him he had COVID, because when he walked to get back on Air Force One, he didn't have on a mask or nothing, so he infected everybody. If we go run with that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, dude.
That part
Yeah, yeah,
right there.
yeah. And
and,
so,
and even if you want to run with the Trump getting shot part, for one, a high powered rifle like with that Trump got shot with, if that thing grazed his ear, he would have a chunk of meat knocked out his ear. They say he didn't need no stitches, and even getting grazed, that thing would be bleeding real bad. You know, you thought I was gonna try to use that profusely word
yeah, I
again.
thought
It
you was
would
gonna
be
use a big
bleeding.
word. I thought you was gonna use a big word. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It
you
would
know
be
what I'm saying?
bleeding profusely.
Wow.
Even if he
Okay.
got chipped
Yeah.
on the ear with a high-powered rifle like that, he gonna have a chunk. You remember Mike Tyson bit Holyfield on the ear?
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
his ear would look if he got hit with that high-powered rifle.
And
Ain't
have you
no
know
way
have
you
you
didn't.
have you noticed today he don't have no patch no more? He healed. He healed up. He
Because
100% healed.
he had when he grabbed his ear, he had a capsule in his hand. Back in the old Sam Houston Coliseum days and stuff, sometimes they used to do that there. Hit themselves and make it look
See,
like
I'm gonna
blood,
tell you
but it
though. I'm
really
gonna tell
wasn't
you if
blood.
I'm gonna
So
tell you something.
he
If
went back to the old days.
I'm gonna tell you something. If Trump is a showman, so he know how to, he know how to have showmanship. You know what I'm saying? If Trump was younger, like
Mm-hmm.
in his 50s, nobody would be close to him in votes, because he would be able to take over TikTok and all that. He's just too old for that. So he got to go on stage and he got to perform and do all that type stuff. That's why he had Hulk Hogan and doing all that type stuff. And what's
Right.
crazy is, man, let's jump on his vice president selection right quick. The Hillbilly Eloquy, or whatever the name of his book is, JD Vance.
Yeah.
Man, this dude here, I mean, if he's not the most dumb, racist person I ever heard in my life, I'm gonna say this on this show today. We're gonna mark this down.
What?
Trump is gonna drop him, bro. This is like The
What he
Apprentice.
said? Because you told me something. You told me something he said. What he said?
He said that the Democrats is the leaders in the Democrats, like Kamala, Buddha, Jed, however you say his name, all the leaders in AOC, all of them are cat ladies. They don't have no
Yeah.
kids. How can they run this country and they cat ladies? What he basically saying is they don't have no kids and all they do is have cats or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just, come on,
Yeah, that was
dude.
what he said. Because you asked
But
me what
that
I
ain't
think
the
a cat
tripped out
lady
one
is.
though. That ain't even the tripped out one. The tripped out one was about abortion, why he want a national ban.
I certainly would like abortion to be legal nationally. Let's say Roe versus Wade is overruled. Ohio bans abortion, in 2022, or 2000, let's say 2024. And then, every day, George Soros sends a 747 to Columbus to load up disproportionately black women to get them to go have abortions in California. And of course, the left will celebrate this as a victory for diversity. That's kind of creepy. If that happens, do you need some federal response to prevent it from happening? Because it's really creepy.
And I think
Why it gotta be black women, man?
Hey,
Because
you know what's funny? Check this out. Meanwhile, the people that are coming over, they're endorsing them having kids. Even they are like giving them stipends. But they want us, to have an abortion. So this is here's my theory on this. Okay, and we'll call it theory because it what it is. But I think personally, it is an attack on people of color, but not the brown people.
No, us.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when I say us, I mean people that us, black people that have been here, but not
The American
brown people
Negro.
that's coming over.
Yeah, the American Negro.
But you want to know what's funny about that whole situation? That whole situation is, guess who keep this whole thing afloat? See, they got to keep us in the game. They have to keep us in the game. And me, I'm a history guy. And check this out. And y'all can go and fact check this. Every year in this country, black folk, we spend $1.6 trillion. You can go and fact check. We spend that in this country every year. 1.6 trillion.
is it on what?
Now,
On retail or what is it on though? What is it on?
on everything. It's
Okay.
everything. That's our spending power. That's our buying power.
Okay.
And now that's projected to go to 1.8 trillion in 2020, 25, 26. Now, here's my deal. They don't talk about that, but it's the hidden elephant in the room. And this goes all the way back to, and this is something that you guys can go and take a look at if you haven't already. There's a document that was made in 1954. It's called The Philosophy of Selling to the Negro. I advise you, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. What they did was they did a study. This was an hour document. Like, remember how 2020 was? That's what this was. It was like a documentary about.
Yeah, I actually saw that. I saw that.
You saw that? So you know where I'm going with it. They were like, hey, we don't want to, black people don't buy and they don't do this. On the contrary, we do. But you have to know the psychological way to get to them. There's a psyche. Make them feel good. Because black folk like to feel good. Praise them. They like to be praised. Say one is better than other. What is one of our biggest problems? We have this, what we call the crab claw effect, pulling each other down. Well, they studied this, and so now they got the black dollar. Yeah. And by them having the black dollar, I'll put one more thing on your plate. Name me one, and I think me and Sim was talking about this earlier today. Name me one black leader that we have had, a leader that we have had in this country since King, since Malcolm, since the Garden. Name me one, not one that was picked, one that led the masses. Like I say, it hasn't been a black leader that the streets has picked since Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Right. And talking about old leaders, and to stay on subject a little bit. See what? First of all, let me say two things. This election is going to be won by white women, and white women need to figure out, just like when Hillary lost to Obama, and then she lost to Trump. White women was making a decision. They rather have a man in Obama and a white man in Trump than have a woman. So here we are again, where it's a white man versus a woman, which is a black woman. White women, suburban white women, go have to make that decision to either vote with a white man or a woman. So the election is hanging on them, one. Then number two, since we talking about old leaders, and I want to say this was Malcolm X. Do y'all agree with that, with the white woman thing is going to decide this election? Do y'all agree or disagree? Oh, yeah, the woman, I'll throw one more in there, Sim. The woman and the, not to offend anybody, but there's so many alphabets. I call them the elemental P.
That's what I told Simbo the other day. It's going to come to women in the gay community. Whoever focus on that, that's what's going to win the election.
And again, it's not to offend anybody. Right. That's not to offend anybody, but it's just so many. It went from LGBT to LGBT. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But now
they keep switching it up. You know what I'm saying?
They keep switching up. And so that's going to decide. But you know what? Let's go before you make your point. I'm sorry. Who ushered that in was Obama.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He ushered that in. So
hey,
he
and
just
people
laid it. And I'm
people
gonna say
get mad.
this.
Go ahead.
They laid the groundwork 8 years, 12 years before. They know what they're going to do years and years before.
Right? Yeah. They just playing. But look. Let me stay on that one right quick. You absolutely are right about that. And people get mad at me because I voiced my opinion about Obama. And my thing with Obama is his second term, President Obama, because I got on a CNN host for calling him Obama. I said she was disrespectful to office. So let me, and she tweeted me back and said I shouldn't be. So let me correct myself.
She responded to you?
Oh yeah, I'm Big Simbo, homeboy, symbolic. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying? Act like you know, homeboy. But listen. And what the reason she responded, because I checked her and say, hey, if this was any other president, you would say president. You know what I'm saying? And he was still the president at the time, so she got offended because she was a black chick on CNN, and she got offended. Came out like that. But anyway, I'm gonna correct myself because I corrected her, President Obama. The problem I have with President Obama, former President Obama, is that in his second term, he could have looked out for his people. We are his people. They passed laws for Asian community, the LGBTQ community. Every other community but us. And we always get passed over, but they always want our vote. You know what I'm saying? And so my whole thing is, and I told Carl this one day, See, the problem with us,
Mhm.
and if whoever out there looking, y'all can drop in the comments, I don't care. But the problem with us, if I say, hey man, y'all give me $100, we put it together, we can become rich. No matter what kind of scheme it is, so they'll find that $100. But if I say, hey man, let's put $200 together and go lobby, let's go lobby so we can get this laws passed for our community. Because think about it, in our community, on Southwest side, well, we don't call it Chinatown, but every street sign over there is in Asian.
Yeah.
It's
And
in
American
whatever.
sign is under it.
Right. And then check this out. This is a fun fact that one of our friends that we know told me this because he think he know everything, police. He know who I'm talking about. But he was like, in that community, it's all Asian police because they lobbied and went to the city and say they don't want no other race cop in their community. They want Asian cops in their community. That's crazy to me. And see, our part is we always want things to change, but we can't come together as a group to make change. If
Well,
old girl go ahead.
I'm sorry, let me ask you a question, Sim and Carl. If the police, like they did our sister, she's an ancestor now because, rest her soul, the police went in there and shot her, killed her. Massey, bless her and the family. But if that had been an Asian person, and I'm not, trust me, you know me, I'm not.
It's a hate crime. It's a hate crime. It's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime. This is not black or white. This is fact and right. Okay. So if that happened to an Asian, someone in the Asian community, you have every Asian nationality in an uproar. That's why you just said they have their own police officer, pretty much.
Yeah.
If that had been a Hispanic, Latino, pretty much the same thing because they would because they organize.
Yeah, and see the whole thing with that, you're right about that. And the whole thing with that, and I told Carl this a few shows back when the season come to vote for president, like you said earlier, G, they go run out the same game plan, both parties. Police hasn't stopped killing black people. Don't y'all think it's ironic? They kill them every week. But don't you think it's ironic? Every news station is airing this, and it's a woman they killed this time because it's a woman running for president. A black woman.
Our uproar is different. Our uproar is different for Asian people. When Asian people do their uproar, any other race do their uproar, they go through the proper channels. Our uproar is to destroy our own community, which is stupid.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
That's not solving nothing.
Because other groups, they pool their money together and they go lobby to get the laws changed. You know what I'm saying? See, what's crazy? And a lot of black people that think that they know and they in the know about this political climate, lynching a black man is still on the books. It's still legal.
Oh man. Hey, there's a book and check this out, man. There's a book out. It was back in the 70s something. It was called The Delectable Negro. Man, they used to put us on spits and turn us and eat us because they thought we were magical people, man. There's a book. You got to check it. It's really, really crazy, man.
I mean, we are magical. I'm quoting
We are magical. But see, they know that.
Yeah, and I'm quoting.
I'll tell you, the reason why they got to keep us separated like this, brothers, is because of black people.
They're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. And even with, and I'm not telling, again, my disclaimer, I'm not telling nobody who to vote for. But even with Kamala Harris, Miss Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. So you got some black people saying, oh, she ain't black. She half this, she half that. Hey, man, she black enough for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but she black enough for me. And all this old E.I. hire, come on, man. She was the DA of San Francisco. She was the Attorney General of the state of California, the second biggest, state population in America. She's the vice president. If any white man had her resume, they wouldn't even, the words wouldn't even come out their mouth, qualified. I mean, what else you got to do? Now, her policies, you might not agree with her policies, but don't say she's not qualified. You know, she's won. And then
But
she,
Trump not qualified. She way more qualified than Trump. And Trump really, when he ran for the election the first time, he was just making a mockery out of someone being president. In my opinion, Trump said, "Well, shit, if they hire a nigga out here to be president, I know I can be president." And that's what he did. He said, "I see President Obama, who's a black man, which people question his blackness, but you can't question his blackness. Because any nigga with lips that black, he's either smoking weed or Newports. So you know what I'm saying? He's smoking one or the other. So when Trump saw that, when Obama finally got the way, he said, they put a nigga in there, I know I can win. And now he really was surprised he won. He was just making a mockery out of it.
He was
but
shocked
he was surprised like a motherfucker when he won.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was. But again, that was the white women going in that booth saying, "Oh no," they was talking about breaking the glass ceiling. Hey man, she actually won the popular vote. We talking about Hillary. She actually won the popular vote. But them chicks in the red state, they like, "Oh no," even though homeboy he beat me, he do all this to me, he demean me, I can't vote for no woman. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it comes down to. But right quick, man, because we running out of time. It's a great show.
Okay.
Got to do this more often.
Well, I'm saying this. Remember Al Gore won the popular vote too, but they didn't. And they snatched it from him.
Yeah. And one more thing, GB. When you say the last leader we had, you know the next leader I thought was going, and it's just my opinion. And people saying that it's a conspiracy theory behind Tupac Shakur, but I think he was going to be our next black leader because he has the masses following him, and I ain't no way in Vegas on Mike Tyson night, busy as Vegas is, that nobody gonna shoot Tupac and burn out. I think that's a conspiracy right there, because they know that young man was about to be the next young great leader in our black community, in my opinion.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead, G, because I don't want to hurt. I don't want to step on the word. You
no.
You was gonna agree with it.
I'm not gonna. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna agree with you. I agree with you that he was a sharp young mind. He was before his time. But as far as the killing, that wasn't no conspiracy, bro. He got into it with a gang member, thought he was tough, and the boys from Cali, they don't play like that. So. You know,
but if you go back and look at things, they say that young gang member went to the hospital and it was messed up. So how you gonna be at the hospital getting treatment and all that there, and got come back and shoot somebody?
We're gonna bring that on another show. Let me wrap this up because we got like about 4 minutes left, and I want to get this point out. So going back to G point about leaders. And I want to say Malcolm X said this, and if I'm wrong, you know, hey, tell me I'm wrong. But he made a statement saying, poor white people, as long as they think they better than Negroes, they don't know they poor. You know what I'm saying? And see, we always think about that. As long as they think they doing better than black folk, they don't think they poor. And they are.
So trailer parking out. Trailer parking out.
Bro, listen. Yeah. They always say black people on government assistance. It's more of them than us. We 12% of the population. So it's more white people on welfare than black people. Hands down.
That's why they won't get rid of it.
Then G just made a fun fact. We had the most buying power in this country. So we ain't all poor. So let's just dispel that. Yeah, let's just dispel
that. That's why they can't. That's why they got to keep us separated, man. Because I'll leave it with this. He who controls the masses of black people, there's nothing we can buy, take over, take away, conquer, and own. And they know that. That's why they're scared.
That's why they're scared. And here it is, man. We're gonna wrap this up, man. I appreciate y'all coming in here. This show it's our opinion. We're not telling y'all who to vote for, do nothing like that. I don't care if you get mad, leave it in the comments. I don't answer you anyway. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. Carl, he cares about comments. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm
still tripping with the Newport.
Yeah. Oh, he wild with it. But all I'm saying is this: look, whatever race, creed, color, whoever you are, just do research. Don't let them tell you who to vote for. Vote for what's good for your situation. And this president thing don't even really matter. You need to vote for your local judges, DAs, mayors, county commissioners. You know, that's who you really need to go to the polls, because that's who are going to affect your life immediately. And with that being said, This has been We All Famous. I'm Simbo. That's Gerald. That's CL. We All Famous.
Acer, no chaser. Yeah.